That's how much they cost online. Whatever I got.
Shalom, shalom, Yasharala, Hebrew Israelites of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, I heard prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. You know, we'll start off first things first, giving our praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Pray the Hebrew tongues, correct as the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders in GMS. And shalom to sister brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. We come out here today to talk about, Esau about to come out with his, diabolical plan, his global reset, and during that time, it's going to be Jacob's trouble. And during Jacob's trouble, everybody's going to be put in that fire. It's going to be a time of, great tribulation and the beginning of sorrow. But us in the truth, hey, Yahweh Shah got our back. We should not be worried like them of the world because we got protection that was promised us in our book. Let me say, you got the precept,
Job chapter 5. We'll start at verse 18. For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he woundeth, and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah, in 7 shall no evil touch thee. Say, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither should thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh. All right, we know, that the Lord's elect, whomever be that number, hey, Yahweh Shah is going to protect and provide for in these times. It's like saying, the time of famine, the time of destruction. All right, the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to redeem the elect. Verse 22, at destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither should thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. That's pretty much the point. It's Yahweh Shah is going to be that hedge of protection for the elect. We come in there instead as the hope for the elect. We understand that we ain't going to be saved by no carnal means. Everything, Yahweh Shah going to put everybody in a position where you ain't going to have the faith, you going to believe that the Lord is going to redeem you, or you're not. And that's what's going to come to. Yahweh Shah can test that faith.
Yep. So we come in the spirit of the Passover, the Pesach, and you gotta look at the Passover, what it represented. And the Passover represented salvation. It represented being preserved. The Most High saved our nation back then from Pharaoh. He's gonna do it again in this day and age on a whole bigger level. You're gonna have bigger miracles. The strength of our salvation, everybody gonna be looking crazy, like, why are these men over here good? Like the Octave brought the precept, they said we should laugh at the calamity when it comes. Our forefathers were totally protected during that time, but it's gonna happen again. So we saying, like the Ox said, it's time to keep that faith, have it in there. Yahweh Shah can provide that protection, because Esau Edom is surely gonna come with that destruction. He's angry, he's starting to get free. Jake doing good, coming up. Esau don't like that. Esau trying to keep, his hold on power. He's trying to stay in the rulership. And to do that, he has to do what? He got to take down the nation of Israel. They've always done it. Every 40 or 50 years or so, they cut our numbers down. They got to do it again. They already suddenly did it with that scenario, which a lot of us didn't go for it. So he got to come with that sword. He got to come, hard body. He can't play around no more. Just like Pharaoh got mad when Moses was leading us up out of there, what'd he do? He rounded up his cavalry. He came, coming to thrust us through with the sword. You know, Moses had to part that Red Sea, gave us that safe passage, that straight way that's coming again in this day and age. And I got a precept. It's Psalms 37 and 39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And see, that goes perfectly with Jacob's trouble. Because we surely gonna be in them times, man. These devils about to cut off the power grid. You know, your electric gonna get cut off, and everything's connected to the electrical grid. That means no water, no gas, and that devil gonna put you in that position so you run to him. And it's like that's why you gotta be thankful you're in the house of David. You got this truth, because we know better. But the 2/3, they didn't make that covering of Yahweh Shah. They're gonna run right to that devil, right to that snare, and they're gonna be caught up in it. You know, you're gonna go ahead and tag it. But us, hey, we're not going for it. And so that's going to anger that devil. Because he's ready for that trap to be laid, and he's looking for a 100% success rate. So when you don't go for it, he's going to be like, man, why they ain't came to my, my detention center, my FEMA center? Why they still over there? Especially when you look and see Jake burning candles, still got some noodles, still doing good. And they're going to piss them off. You're going to call them Alpha Bravo team, they're going to come see about you with guns drawn, them swords right there. And that's what you're going to need, that divine protection and intervention on your side. Nothing corner is going to deliver us in those times. That's why we got to look for the salvation of Yahweh Shah. You need that cover. That's why this truth is important. And at that time, you can't lose faith. You can't be faint-hearted, get scared, and be like, oh, man, let me go ahead and roll up my sleeve, y'all. You can't do that, man. That shows you were never in the truth from the get-go. You weren't that gold. You got burnt up in the fire of adversity.
Those that can sit unto them that we had in the vision, So
God,
if you can sit unto these devils, unto the wicked, then hey, you're gonna be a worst case scenario.
Quick, this is Psalms 41, and start at 1. And it reads, "Blessed is he that considereth the poor; the Lord will deliver him in the time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth. And thou wilt not deliver him unto the wiles of his enemies."
Ooh, you hear that? He shall not deliver you to the wiles of your enemies. Now that goes for majority of the elect. You got some people that's gonna get martyred, which really ain't no loss in that, because you're gonna rise first during the resurrection. So really, when you got Yahweh Shah as your refuge, it's really a win-win situation. There's nothing this devil can do. Even death can't stop you from getting what you want to receive, the kingdom. And I like that precept I brought out right there. When these devils come for us with their military, he said, I will not deliver you to the wiles of the devil. As I said, you don't know how our salvation is going to go. Like, the standard might get lifted. If you're a brother, you might get your spiritual power. A chariot might come out the sky, blow up Alpha Bravo team. And you might even just turn invisible. You might just shut their eyes. Or blinded with a blinding light. They might get struck with a scourge. Anything can happen. Wild beasts might come out of nowhere and just distracting while you get away. It might be a flock of wolves come out, and distract you so you can make it out. So what we're saying is salvation is coming, protection is coming, and everybody's about to get tried right now. We're going to a testing time. I notice people that's not rooted ground in the truth, they're gonna start acting up. Your children might act up. Your partner, whoever you with, might act up. They's about to get tested. And people that's not in this truth, they're the first ones gonna bug out because they don't know what's going on. They don't have an idea. So they're gonna act totally off the emotions. I notice the emotional vibration on earth right now is fear and rage. What's that happening? That's why you got a lot of Jakes putting their old ladies to death, their wives, killing their children, things of that nature. People gonna start getting high more often because they got that anxiety coming because they don't know how they're gonna make it. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, like you said all the time. Opposite. We got the light. That's your house shot. So we know the end game. So we're gonna be stable because we got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. 2/3 ain't got it. So that right there, if you're around, family 2/3, they're gonna bug out. But you can't let that make your faith waver. Your faith cannot waver. You gotta stay locked in and trust that Yahweh Shah got your best interest. He's gonna guide your path so you can see your Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah, coming.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endures temptation, For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh Yahushua has promised to them that love him. All right, so if you promise the Lord Yahweh Yahushua, you know that promise is gonna be to you that the Lord Yahweh Yahushua love you. Okay, so if you love the Lord Yahweh Yahushua, you'll be able to keep the law and statutes and commandments. You'll be able to take heed to His word. Okay, so you know the Lord is not slack according to His promises. All right, you got it.
God, he will guide your feet, man. That lamp right there, guide your path.
This is Psalms 140 and 4. It says, "Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to trip up my feet."
Woo, that was right on top. I got the spirit right there. You hear that? To trip up my feet. I just said the Lord is gonna guide our path, man. That lamp, so we can make it through this. But like I said earlier, Esau's looking to trip us up. He's setting them snares and traps. You know, Esau's looking to get you caught up. You know, in a hard position. So when that temptation comes, Esau wants you to choose him. He wants you to come to him for the solution, not turn to your power. You know, Esau wants to set himself up as he's God of the earth. He running. He don't want you to go to your power, man. He don't want you to be self-sufficient. That's not what the devil wants. And you know, he's looking to clip us up. He the wicked. Esau is the wicked, man. He's looking to take our light, looking to, you know, basically make you bow down to him. That's what he wants.
I got a quick right here for you. I'll just back you up. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. It said, "There has no temptation taken you, but such as common to you and common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted, but you are able." Okay, so even Esau, whatever the snare, the trap that he set before you, Yahweh Yahushua gave you the strength and knowledge to be able to overcome those snares. Okay, and he said, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape. Okay, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, you got it out.
You know, what's the way to escape? You know, by hearkening to the mercy of outside. So I'm gonna get a couple on that. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. "Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsels, and would none of my reproof. It said, verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. So, you know, the word's going out, you know, some of the other apostles, not like my brothers. My wisdom's crying, you know, in the place of concourse, in the highways and edges, the highways and byways. All right? And, you know, through the spirit of power, how much you outside, we are making known, you know, hey, this is the times we're in, this is what is to come. Thus saith the Bible, you know, and hey, you know, you're going to hearken or you're not. But you don't want to hearken to this word. Well, it's like it say, again, it say the Lord, you know, say, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. All right, when your fear cometh as desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. All right, so we don't want to be in that stand where, you know, hey, you know, that destruction coming unto us. We don't, you know, that's why it's very important to use this time that we have now. You know, and what's that, chapter 5? Walk circumspectly, you know.
Not as fools, but as wise.
Redeeming the time, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. You know, don't paraphrase, man.
Yeah, we're coming into the evil days, you know. He got to roll out his diabolical plan. He got to cap it on off, you know. And you can't say he ain't doing it. We just seen him run a scenario you know, where he made the whole world have to participate in that. And that was just phase one. Phase two gonna be worse than that. You know, they getting we got rumors of war kicking up. So you can't say the days are not evil, not coming up. Then you got the famine coming. Grocery stores are picked over. So you see the famine coming. Like everything Yahweh shall prophesy in this book will happen is happening. That's why he said measure the time diligently in order, you know, what season you in. And then you got the prophets out here to let you know where we at. You know, we testing the spiritual temperature. We testing like, you know, what time it is. And then we're on the watch. We blowing the trumpet. Like, man, hey, Esau coming with the sword. Get ready. This is not the time to be in the spirit of mirth, you know, dancing and making little Hebrew songs and all that in their nature. They celebrate. It's the time to brace for impact and to lock in on this truth.
Yeah, just going off the evil times y'all was talking about. This is a quick one. Hey, this is for the elect right here, man. That's why the Lord said, "Put on therefore as the elect." Because if you putting on as the world, you're gonna get their calamity, man. Like the brother read in that precept before. Hey, the Lord said He's gonna laugh when your fear cometh and mock when your fear cometh. So like I'm loosely paraphrasing, but this is Psalms 121:7, and it says, "The Lord will protect you from all evil, and He will keep your soul." And that goes into the elect, man. The Lord is gonna protect you from all evil. So when that fire comes, you're gonna get tested. So you're gonna feel some pain. You're gonna hit it, but He's gonna keep you from it. Like the brother quoted earlier, he said, "The Lord gonna make a way for you to escape. Whatever put on you, He's gonna make it to He ain't gonna put more on you than you can bear." Loosely paraphrasing. And that's what that precept is going to. He's gonna keep your soul in that time if you're part of that elect.
I got one real quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, start verse 4. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? So whosoever keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. And the one Yahweh Shai, for causing us truly, giving us that discernment of the times, the times we're in, and knowing that, but had an understanding, so we are able to understand the judgment that is to come. And it's easy, hey man, it's gonna be a time like never was. You know what I mean? It's gonna be bad time. Unless you have that hedge, you have us on our side, man.
I got a quick one to back y'all up. This is Sirach chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm gonna read down to verse 5. And it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation." Okay, so that's just like the Aki Yahshua brought out earlier. We know that the times of trials and tribulations get ready to come. So we're out here telling you that you need to prepare and be ready and call on your Lord Yahweh. Okay, and it says, verse 2, it says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure it, and make not haste in the time of trouble." So whenever those time of trouble come upon you, whenever Esau Edom try to bring their sword upon you, it said to make not haste in the time of trouble. Okay, basically call on the Lord Yahweh and be patient, because He will deliver you out. He is not slack concerning His promises. Okay, verse 3, it says, "Cleave unto Him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." Okay, so once all of those calamities come, and then when the Lord Yahweh deliver you out of those, that means your faith is going to increase, because He proves to you that he kept His promise. Okay, and in verse 4, and it said, "Whatsoever is brought upon you, take it said, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state." Okay, be patient. All right, and it says in verse 5, it said, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity." Okay, so that fire is symbolic to the trials and tribulations. Okay, so if you hold on to the words of Yahweh and keep your trust in the Lord with all thine heart, then that you'll become a acceptable man, and you'll be able to give your chance, put your lot in the chance to make it to the kingdom of heaven.
What does it say, verse 3? Turn to the Lord and depart not away.
Yeah, we say verse 3 is verse 3. It says, "Cleave unto Him and depart not away, that thou mayest increase in thy last end.
Hey, we clear to Yahweh side. You know, that's the creator of the power of everything. You know, I mean, you got to really have that spiritual understanding that hey, Yahweh side. The powers of everything, all existence. There's no other greater power than that right there. And that's gonna be the only power, the only thing that's gonna get us through these times. Real quick, Isaiah 65 verse 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So again, the sons of the Lord, whomever is elect, whomever is putting on as elect, doing the work, hey, we'll be a part of that number. But the elect the Lord gonna take care of.
And see, and that's beautiful right there. That's how you brought that out right there, because he just broke down the details on how the Lord Yahweh Shah is going to save you out of the time of the trouble they get ready to come on this place, America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay, because he said, "Behold, my servant shall eat, and ye shall be hungry." Those are the non-believers that's going to be hungry. Okay, he said, "Behold, my servant shall drink, and ye shall be thirsty." Okay, Luke's paraphrasing. See, so all of those non-believers, they're going to be hungry and they're going to be thirsty. But if you cleave onto Yahweh Shai, he's going to take care of you.
I got a precept to back all that up full circle. This is Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Yahweh. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So right there, the Most High basically said, I got your back. I got you. And I like how he said it, he ended off with, I will hold you with the right hand of my righteousness. Who sits at the right hand of Yahweh? That's Yahweh Shah. That's the deliverer. That's the savior right there. That's what's going to kick all this salvation off right there. Yahweh going to send his son, Yahweh Shah, and Yahweh Shah is going to deliver the hope we elect. He's going to send out the chariots. He's going to send out the power. Hey, it's like Yahweh's like Thanos. He's going to snap the fingers, and everything going to be set in place, man. And Esau Edom is going to get ate up alive.
I'm eating in Psalms all day right here. This is Psalms 18 and 17. It says, He will deliver me from my strong enemies and from start over Psalms 18 and 17. He will deliver me from my strong enemies and from those who hate me, for they were too mighty for me. So, like the brother just said, he's gonna send Yahweh Shah down. Yahweh Shah said he was gonna he said wait till he gonna rise to the prey. Yahweh Shah is going to destroy our strong enemies. Who's our strong enemy? That's Esau Edom, who got all this technology, who got these missiles, who got all these things to putting Jake on hell. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, straight affliction right there. Which I'm glad you said that. I got a precept that's gonna go right with that, man. You said that. Actually, like you said, we eating out of Psalms. Here goes another Psalm. This Psalm 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all. Right there, hey, the Most High just said, hey, man, whatever you're going through, whatever the problem is, man, I got you. I'm going to deliver you out of all that trouble, And like Kasham was saying earlier, like, this is the power that created everything on earth, the sun, moon, and the stars. You think he can't deliver you from, some humans that he made, and gave them the material to make their stuff? They stuff is low level compared to what Yahweh Shah got, man. There's nothing for him to deliver you out of that. Absolutely nothing at all, And really, it's his pleasure to deliver you out of that. Because Yahweh Shah is ready to show his power on the earth again. And he's ready to show it in a big, major way. He's ready to make people's mouths pop open. Like, how did that person do that? And the people going to get it out of believers. Because we're the only ones worthy to receive the power. Because why? Because we believe. The world doesn't believe. The world is caught up in that delusion of Esau, his technology, they can't even see Yahweh Shah because he has blinded them, with his philosophies, with his technology. They're caught up, Only we can, that's why he said, blessed for your eyes for they see, and for your ears for they heard. The hope elect is connected to Yahweh Shah. That's why Yahweh Shah said, I am the good shepherd, and it is my pleasure to give my flock the kingdom of heaven. And for us, if you stay doing the work of the dirt to the end, you deserve it. You know, ain't nobody else believing but us. So now, hey, the Most High, you know, he's, you know, he want to know if you really about it, man. He don't want no lip service, no talk, you know, all that little Christian, plantation Christianity stuff. No, man, he gonna put you in that fire. He gonna see, are you worthy? You know, he gonna put you in the midst of Esau. You know, they do their little mobs, little rallies. You know, you might be setting up with the noose around your neck. They ready to kick the horse out from under you. You know, you want to see, you know, you gonna hang tight, you know, to the end. He wanted a job. I shot just like, what's that, the three holy children? He gonna put you in that fire. He want to see, are you gonna really hold out? Are you gonna give up? You know, this the greatest judge ever. You know, ain't no finessing y'all about y'all shot. And that's what I'll be telling you now. We gotta lock in on our faith, man. We gotta do it now. That way when we in that situation, we know why we in that situation. We'll have the courage to stand against, you know, our enemy. In the face of bold as a lion. Like, you know, Esau, do what you gonna do. I done told you how about your shot got me, you know. Now we gonna see you test the power, you know. That's how we gotta be, like, man, like devil, try it if you want to.
Right here, this is Sirach, going back in the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee, order thy way and right, and he will trust in him. Okay, and then go back to you know, Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thy own understanding. Okay, and it says, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. And he said, ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shai, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, it says, look at the generation of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Hear that, man? That backed it up perfectly right there, man. The Most High said, hey, whoever done put their faith in the Lord has been, you know, confounded or being forsaken. You know, none.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3, for what if some did not believe? Should their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? They say, God forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man alive, as is written, thou that mightest be justified in thy sayings, mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Ooh, I got one to back that up too. You still got smoke? I got one to go right with what you.
I'll get 5 of them. Okay. But if our righteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what shall we say? The Most High is the Most High unrighteous who taketh vengeance? As I speak as a man, and say, Most High forbid. For then how shall the Most High judge the world? For in the truth the Most High hath more abounded through my life to glory. Why yet am I also judging the sinner? But I just want to say,
yeah, so I got one with that person before that's gonna go perfect with that, man. That's a spirit right there. This is 2 Thessalonians 3 and 2. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. So, hey, these unbelievers have no effect on Yahweh Shai, man. They're nothing but mystical, pestilence. Like, they're made an example of why we're supposed to be locked in on this faith, man. They're going to perish and go by the wayside. Yahweh Shai is not dealing with them on this side right now because what? They lack faith. They don't believe. If you don't have faith, you know, then you ain't got the oil which get your engine going to even be worthy of, you know, getting salvation or getting delivered. You know, first, that's what I said. You got to be a faithful servant. You know, we got to be like Yahweh Shai, like Yahweh Shai. You know, he was totally locked in with Yahweh. We got to be the same way. You know, we don't care if the 2/3 what they believe. Now, I don't care what they do. Pretty much, it's the time to be holy and separate. You shouldn't be around 2/3 too much right now. They're going to bug out. They're going to act a fool. And, you know, you're going to see, they're going to be like reprobates, man. They're about to be in that reprobate spirit. And that just shows they are unworthy. But us, we supposed to have that faith, man. Because Yahweh Shai said, I am faithful. That's what he said, I shall establish you and keep you from the evil. You know, that's him showing that power. That's him showing you like, man, here's your reward for believing in me. You know, and like I like you right the precept earlier, looking at our forefathers back then, you know, he delivered them. Why not us? It's the same power.
And now that you said that, I want to read that verse 7 again. This is Sirach 2 and 7. He said, he that fear the Lord, Yahweh shall wait for his mercy and go not aside lest ye fall. Okay, lest ye fall is talking about those people that really didn't have no faith in the Lord Yahweh. Those are the people, those are the 2/3 mindset. And then when you go to verse 10, jump down to verse 10, it says, look at the generation of old. You got to look at King David when he fought against Goliath. Okay, look at the 3 holy children. Look at Daniel. That's what he's talking about when he said, look at the generation of old. Read those stories, okay? Because those are the people that was not confounded, and they called on the Lord Yahweh when they was afflicted.
And King David was always praying. I always asked him for help of the Lord. I got another one just to prove it. This is Psalms 12, 64 and 2. This is King David. He said, hide me from the secret counsels of the evildoers. Hey, man, who's the evildoers? Man, that's Esau Edom now. Hey, and who did King David have in subjection? He had Esau Edom and all these other nations in subjection until you know, what ultimately happened. But finishing it off, this reading it, I'm going to start it over again. Psalm 64 and 2. It says, hide me from the secret counsels of evildoers, from the tumult of those who do iniquity. And that's Esau Edom 2 and 10, man. You got it.
I got a real quick one just to back you up with that one, man, because when King David was praying to the Lord, what was he doing? He was calling on his name as well, too. So this is Proverbs 18 and 10. It said, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it and it's safe. Okay, so when I brought out that the Lord, when King David was praying to the Lord, he said, hide me from the secret counsel. Okay, that's what he was doing. He was calling on the Lord Yahweh. He knew that name was going to hide him, and he was going to keep him in the protection.
That's why name is part of the doctrine. Name is very important. So regardless of what these other camps might say, that's part of the mystery of the kingdom of heaven was getting the name back. That's part of you coming back to your heritage first, getting back the name. That's what got beat out of our ancestors when they got put in slavery.
That's just another clear example of who the wicked, who the devil is. Because you know what? Hey, he pulled out the names, you know, took the names away, you know, out of the Bible. All right?
They got wicked camps telling our people that you don't even need the name. Got Pastor Porkchop hollering the wrong name, clinging to the, you know, the name that they gave, you know.
But he showed it.
Nah.
Show the hypocrisy of the law, because you got these other camps, you know, saying you call the Lord whatever, but don't call our leaders outside of His name. You know what I mean? Like, so.
And that's a big hypocrisy. Right.
Yeah,
I never thought about that. You're right.
Very,
You call Nate something else and they get mad, but yeah, you call the Most High whatever you want.
They should get mad.
But it say you can call the Most High your play yogurt.
Yeah, God.
I see the little group down here, and I was like something I said Bishop Dang, the dude was like, Bishop the Thing. And then I asked him about the names of the Lord. He said, "Oh, you call the Lord whatever." But I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they say they ain't got it, man.
They all on that one script, though, you know. But hey, that's
Man, worship.
at the end of the day,
I was just thinking that too, man.
that's how, you know, your house got set up, you know. But I got one real quick. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. I'll start verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brother, by the mercy of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world. All right, and again, how do you conform to this world? All right, by going along with the ways of this world. All right, and like it said right here, it says, "But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." And how we in that process renewing our mind by coming back into the ways of how about sitting outside, hearkening to the words, all right, the scriptures, and say that ye may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of the Most High. All right.
Hey, for edification purpose, I want to get the definition of that word conform. The Greek word for conform is the meaning of it to conform oneself, one mind, and character to another pattern. Okay, so that's the edification purpose. Because when he said, "Be not conformed to this world," it basically saying, "Do not conform your mind and character to another pattern. Don't conform your mind to the patterns of this world." Okay, so that's just for edification purpose. All right, and he said transform. So when he said transform, transform, it basically immerse your mind into the ways of the heavenly Father, to the words of the heavenly Father. If you read the book of Psalms 119 and 9, he said, "How can a young man please his own way?" Okay, he said, "By taking heed thereunto thy word." All right, so when he said, "Be not conformed to this world and transform your mind," that's what he means. Get into the scripture.
I got one to back both of y'all up. This gonna go right in hand. This 1 John 4:4. Ye are of Yahweh, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You know? So hey, that shows you how much y'all shine is greater than whatever you got in this world that Esau done conjured up. You know, how about y'all shine is heavenly and spiritual. Esau is earthly and carnal. Everything he got is low grade compared to what our power got.
I want to back that up real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31 said, "And they use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away."
Right. This world about to go away because Esau's the end of the world. Jacob is getting up there follow. So that's why when I read the precept earlier, hey, you can't conform to this world. You got to forsake this world. And like the Most High said, he said, because we got Yahweh shall shine us, that's the kingdom of heaven already in us, having this truth. He said that right there is greater than what's in the world. It's greater than what Esau got. That's why Esau is trying to shut this truth off so much. Because once you got it and you got the understanding of it, hey, he lost one. There's nothing he can do now. Even death, even if he put you to death, he can't stop you from receiving the kingdom of heaven. It's over with. You know?
Thank you up. This is Jeremiah 1:19. They will fight against you, but they will not overcome you. For I am with you to deliver you, declared the Lord.
Woo, you hear that? Hey, he will fight for you. And like you said, they went praying over there earlier. When you got Yahweh shine, you're going to overcome this devil. Everything you got, this truth, supersedes everything he got. You know? Because this stuff is low level. Like I said, his kingdom is falling apart because it was low level from the get-go. Because he a fool. He doesn't have wisdom. He don't know how to rule. That's why his kingdom's been destroyed. And why would you, like his kingdom right now, like the Titanic. Why would you be on the Titanic when you have a shot to put you on the lifeboat?
All he's so good at is just creating a distraction, illusion. He threw his enchantments. It's like, I learned
destruction. Like a warlock, man. He ain't nothing but a wizard. They got little enchantments.
That's why we was all in the world at one time. But, man, Marty Howard's outside. We come out of it.
And that's because the spirit in him is greater than this world, man. That shows we got the spirit of Yahweh Shah in us. And after a while, we was thirsting for him. And when you thirst for Yahweh Shah, you're going to automatically come out the world because you ain't going to like the world because it's not of his covenant. You're going to look at it with like a side eye, like, man, this is a wicked ass, backwards ass kingdom. It's like my French, but I mean, you just see stuff like, what the, you just can't roll with it, man. It's like it don't fit you.
Just like that precept earlier, be not conformed to this world. And that's where you have the 2/3. They're conforming to the ways of this world, to the ways of the wicked. They would say hand joined in hand. The wicked should not be punished.
That word conform goes into being, following the pattern. So that's what the Esau. That's like the alcohol would bring out. The 2/3 are natural born followers, so they're going to follow the patterns of this world. Okay, but the true hopeful elect, they're gonna come out of this world, and then when all of these people that follow the ways of the world, they're gonna afflict you because you're out of this world. They like you don't belong here, so they're gonna treat you like you don't belong here.
They follow the masses. You ain't keeping up with Jones. It really makes them feel bad. When you're doing righteousness, it makes them look at their wickedness like a murder. And they be like, man, maybe I shouldn't have did that solid.
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't have kissed on that dude. He did right, he good, but I done did this, and now I need to sustain myself. dang, he did right. He don't need drugs to be right, man. Then they get mad because you did right. It's like crabs in the bucket. They want to pull you down to their level. Like
he's removed from the power of Yahweh Shai. Therefore, will be the devil that he is. Hey, he trying to get everybody else removed from that power.
Yeah, he got the 2/3. They done drunk their juice. It was nasty. They made a bad decision. Us, we putting on righteousness. We cool. They see us and they get angry because they know they made a bad decision. When they in a group amongst themselves, they feel good. Like everybody done, everybody smell like boo boo.
Yeah.
Rihanna did some of me,
Exactly.
so I'm cool. But
because you can't judge me, I can't judge you. That's
exactly. Yeah. But when a dude come through and he ain't partaking in that, he ain't did that. Now I feel some type of way.
And that's just like the scripture saying, like, you can't judge somebody if you ain't got yourself together. You can read Matthew chapter 7 on that, okay? But all of those wickedness, those 2/3, they can't tell nobody to get right when they ain't right within themselves. So they would rather be, that comfort them. The ways of the world, they bring that comfort to them.
They're home and sickness.
Yeah.
They love sickness, like pigs being in
a
slop pile,
Hey, what the scripture they talk about there when a pig, you watch a pig off, and then they go right back to the mud to get all muddy.
God.
You can't really do that.
They belong in it. That's how they belong to it. They accept it. We didn't accept that, so we like a lion, looking all majestic, cleaned up, and they see that, and they feel bad, man.
A lion having his hair combed.
Yeah, he's about to looking majestic, and they looking like, I'm all muddy, like, and they look at you like, how dare you?
Right.
Be looking all magnificent and in your glory, and I'm over here all dirty. So then they try to convince you to come in the mud. You tell them, hey, my Lord said not to. Then they go deliver you up to whoever, in power. Like, hey,
I want to say that the really pepper, the wicked are reserved until the day of judgment.
God.
I got a quick one right here too, because I read a precept that's similar, but because he said, my son is not come to serve the Lord, prepare our soul for temptation, because these are the things that we expect him. So when we follow the ways of Yahweh Shai, we expect all of these things to happen to us. Okay, so therefore this is First Peter chapter 1 and verse 6. It said, wherein ye greatly rejoice. Okay, so when we being afflicted by this world, we should rejoice because we know that we're going down the right path. And it says, though now for a season, if need be, ye are inhabited through manifold temptation. Okay, manifold temptation. That means temptation on top of temptation. Okay, and Yahweh said it himself. Okay, he said, if the world hated you, just know that it hated me first. Okay, Luke the paraphrase. In verse 7, and he said that the trials of your faith being much more precious than of the gold that perish, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at appearing of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay, so when we get to the trials and we get out of there, okay, we're gonna have, and just like the scripture said, he said, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearance of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay, so when Yahweh Shai get here, we might be found with that glory. We might be found clean unto him. We might be found acceptable unto Yahweh Shai. Yeah, I got it.
I kind of want to go with that to kind of say it. To kind of been saying this Proverbs 2:11. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things. So hey, that's like you go ahead and bring it up.
He said, discretion shall deserve thee, right here. That makes you taking heed unto the words of Yahweh Shai. Okay, because another precept to go into that, what discretion means is being 1 Peter 5 and 8, and being sober, being vigilant, because the devil, your adversary. So when you have discretion, you know who the devil is, you know what kind of trap that the devil is getting ready to place upon you. Okay, so it's going to preserve you. Okay, so when it says the devil, your adversary, as a roaring lion, walking about seeking whom he may devour, you know what that devil is getting ready to do. So you're able to walk away from it. You're able to avoid the pitfalls of that. And there's another precept to go hand in hand with that, where it said, a prudent man shall foresee the evil come, and he hides himself. But the simple is passed on in our perish. Okay, so the simple-minded people or the 2/3 that's not going to pay attention to that enemy. They're not going to look too well. They're going to continue on with the ways of this world and disregard what the enemy is doing. Okay, they're going to sit here and go along with the mandate, just a lot of them 2/3 did. Right?
They don't want to go through the straight and narrow way.
Yep.
You know, like some of the other apostles on down like my brothers, hey, we in a straight and narrow path. You know, chant down the farm battle on the grave. You know, making known the prophecies what is going to pass. You know, and yeah, just
What's up, guys?
Read that precept again. I was pointing out one of the such. Scripture shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, and the man that speaketh forward things. It says speaking forward things, man. So they're gonna be talking all kind of shit, turning people against you. And I got a precept to go with it. This is Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment shall be condemned. This is the heritage of the saints of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. You got it.
And that was fire. That's a lot of fun, a lot of precept right there. Man. They said, hey, no tongue. What they say against you, you locked in Yahweh Shah, all that stuff gonna fall by the wayside. Because Yahweh Shah said, my righteousness shall preserve thee. So us being righteous, being locked in on this, man, we ain't gotta worry about, like we were saying earlier, what these devils got to say, what the 2/3 got to say, or trying to tarnish our character, or he doing this, he doing that.
That demonization of the
decriminalization of demoralizing us, you know, basically throwing down our character, man.
Yeah.
This for righteousness' sake.
Hey, because this is what it amounts to right here. You know, Matthew chapter 24, verse 24, the words Yahushua say, for there shall arise false Christs, false anointed, all right, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. The key words, if it were possible. All right, so you're going to have an elect, the Most High, elected Yahweh Shai, that are not going to be deceived through the Spirit of power Yahweh Shai. There's nothing these devils can do that's going to work for the elect. You know, hey, Lord will, we all that hope for number. Lord will, you know, Yahweh Shai give us the strength to endure until the end. You know?
And the reason why we're not going to be deceived is because we are taking heed to this knowledge. You know, we're taking heed to this truth. And I got a precept that back up what the Ark just said, because they're gonna talk a lot of shit. You know, just like the Ark just said, they're gonna talk a lot of shit just to try to bring us down.
Bring us up. I got one to go perfect with Sean has brought out. All right. And the reason why we're not going to be deceived is because of 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. So there goes the precept brought out earlier. We have understanding and we got discretion. You know, that's what they said it's going to preserve thee. We know what this devil about to do. Therefore, we're not going to fall for his snare. We see him setting the trap. So I'm going to fall in the trap and I see the devil setting the trap. Plus, Yahweh Shah said you was going to set it. So we're going to navigate right around that through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shah. That's what I said it quick before you bring it down.
I got, but there's two of them. I'm going to lose the paraphrase one of them. There's one in Proverbs where it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Okay, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. All right, I think it's death and life, but lose the paraphrase. I know that's in Proverbs, but I want to go into the details of the power of the tongue. It's James chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, even so, the tongue is a little member, and it boasts great things. Behold, how great a matter and little fire can kindle. So that little tongue is talking about the ways of the media, okay, how the media preserves, you know, the so-called black man, how they always putting the black man on, you know, they have the gang bangers, prostitution, and so on and so forth. It started with the little tongue that spreading of the woman, okay, and then it said verse 6, and it said, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity, and iniquity is full of sin, okay, and it says, so is the tongue among our members, that it defiled the whole body. Okay, so that goes into that peer pressure that defiled the whole body. Like if you have a friend that might you know be trying to entice you to get some drugs or something like that, if you're like, man, hey man, it's only a one-time thing or something like that. But They're speaking to you with their forked tongue. That's what the media does as well. Okay, and it said, and it's set on the fire, the course of nations, it is set on the fire of hell. Okay, so that tongue, whether it be good or evil, it can lead you to the destruction. Whether if it's evil, somebody speaking to you with a forked tongue, or it can bring you positivity to your life. But you got to be able to make the discretion, just like the Aki brought out earlier. You got to be able to discern between what's good and evil. We got it out.
And to do that, you gotta have what? You gotta have the wisdom knowledge and understanding. You gotta have these scriptures, so you know what's acceptable with Yahweh Shah Shah, what's not acceptable with Yahweh Shah Shah. The devil out here, he's finessing. He basically he trying to say what's that bitter for good.
Yeah.
He trying to say wickedness is good. It's okay, you can do that. It ain't bad.
More than him that called good evil and evil good.
They say Esau Edom is the wicked man, because he the one pushing it. This is agenda he pushing. You got the LGBT stuff going out real strong right now. They're trying to make that righteousness. But you can't make that right.
And the crazy thing is the power of the tongue, where they got their media, where the gas prices is rising up right now. So they're trying to blame that on Putin, but in actuality, if you do your research, we only get 3 to 4% of the gas that's from Russia. So there's no reason for the gas prices to go up high. So all that ain't gonna do nothing is bring a lot of more crime over here in the street, as it is. I had a customer on the route that got her on my route. They got her gas stolen out of her vehicle while she was at work. So that's another thing.
I heard they was doing it.
Yeah, they're doing that. All because of the power of the tongue. They're trying to blame. They switching the narrative.
Trying to put everybody in a hard situation, so you'll choose Esau.
Yep. And then always start with the power of the tongue right there.
And here's I got one.
Righteous degree.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set them to do evil. Just because you have us outside reaching out and touching everybody for all that wicked acts, and everybody just falling after the ways of Esau, falling after the ways of the world, but hey, how it's outside, hey, you don't bring forth that judgment in time, acceptable.
See, the remnant is keeping that righteousness. There's still decency here. That's what got this devil pissed off, because he does not have to sway over the entire world. There's still a remnant here that's keeping the laws and commandments, keeping the righteousness of Yahweh Shah. So that shows his spirit is still here. It's here through the elect. That's why he's going to seek to try to destroy the elect. But this is Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy Yahweh, it is he that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. So we got to stay locked in on our power right there, Yahweh Shah, that he has our back. And you can see that already. He done blessed us with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That right there in itself is power. Because the whole world drunk off the Babylon juice. How we wake up? Why we ain't drunk off of it? That's power right there. We ain't got no means of influence. We ain't got no economic power, no seat on no UNC. We heard lowly and the poor and meek. But yet here we are able to withstand the wiles of the devil through the word of Yahweh Shah. So his word is that powerful. So imagine when he flexes that power through the physical. He physically put the power in brothers, giving that spiritual power to establish the laws and commandments right here on earth, which is going to happen. That's Obadiah, I want to say 1:21, when the saviors come down to judge Mount Esau. Because Esau, hey, we're at the end. It's Esau's last call for alcohol. This devil done. His whole system done. His economy through. His little finesse system is through. Propaganda is through. The truth is having its way now. It's whooping this devil. All this stuff is failing. Infrastructure going down. Bridges collapsing. That's his system right there. This mother's falling just like ancient Rome. So all we gotta do is stand steadfast, be bold as a lion, and declare this righteousness, man. And look at this devil like I dare you to touch him. Because he said in Luke's paraphrase, he said, touch not my prophets, or do my prophets no harm.
Touch not my anointed, do my prophets.
Yeah, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. Like, hey, we flexing on this devil now, like, hey. That's it. The narrative is not with us. We got the truth, we narrating this Bible. He ain't got it no more. Everybody can see he alive. You even got heathens calling him out. You got his women calling him out. You know, that's when you know you done. When your women turn on us, turn on you, you done. Used to be our women was against us. Now we got women coming into the truth, getting in order. That right, that's power. Cause they can go be a harlot. Everything can be given to them. They forsaken. They want to be righteous. So hey, we got the winning seat. The devil's done. Esau is done. So-called white man is done. He said it's in. You know, righteousness is not about to have its way. Yahweh Shai is on his way. Yahweh Shai on the way. All we gotta do is hang on. We at the tail end of it.
Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be any of you, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief and departing from the living God. So, you know, hey, we're taking heed to ourselves, you know, and building up our faith, you know, and it's all a gift to help us from the side. But in the times we're gonna come into the tribulation. Hey, that's gonna, you know, then you're gonna have to, you know, stand firm in the belief you have us from that side, you know, in these promises, in these words. All right.
This is Matthew chapter 10, and I'm gonna start at verse 26. It said, "Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known." Okay, so all of these things, so Esau was being made bare. Okay, and now eventually, since nobody is going along with that lying narrative that he puts out in the media, he got to bring forth that sword. So Yahweh Shai said, "Fear them not." Okay, and in verse 27, "What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetop." Okay, in verse 28, fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay, so they're telling the difference between Esau and Edom. He's nothing but a man. All he has power to do is to kill the body. But we telling you to don't fear him. Fear Yahweh Shai, because he has the power to kill both body and soul. Okay? So it's much more better to fear Yahweh Shai, because he can take you out of this world, but he can also bring you right back. Okay? If you read Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39, when he said, I killed and I make alive and I healed and I wound. Okay? All right, so you know all of those things. That's why we should fear the Lord, the Heavenly Father, the Most High, and not man. Okay, because He's the ultimate power. He's the one. He created all of this. All right, I got it.
I got one real quick. Isaiah 45, verse 7 says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." You know, the Lord have us aside. I control everything. You know.
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna back it up even further right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39. It says, "See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me." Okay, so that goes with all of these other gospel they're preaching, that you know, the so-called Jesus Christ and all of that. There's only one power, and that's Yahweh. His name is Yahweh. Okay, and he said, "I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal, and neither there is anything that can deliver it out of my hand." So Yahweh Shai is able to keep a promise. So he can't nobody keep him from having to breaking that promise. Okay.
This is Psalms 91. I'm gonna just read down until it don't fit no more. Let's see. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snares of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor from the arrows that flieth by day. And we already know what them arrows are. That's them nuclear missiles. I could have broke down the whole thing, but I'm just getting points. Nor from the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor from the destruction that waits at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes should thou behold and see the wars of the wicked. Because he hath made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. Thou shalt not no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For thou shalt give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy way. Thou shalt burn thee up in thy hand, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lions and adders, and the young lions and dragons shalt thou trample underfoot. Because he has set his love upon me, I will deliver him and set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. From long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. And that just broke down the whole lesson that we just did.
Great protection, man. Can't get no plainer than that right there, man. It's covering all grounds right there. You know, so.
Oh, that's a quick thing to add. Like, most people in this world living, to make a gain in a worldly sense. You know, hey, we through the spirit power of Shah, we come to the conclusion that, hey, through the Lord, hey, we're gonna keep it afloat, but we focusing on that hereafter. Lord willing, we put part of hope and number.
The church said, "Store your treasures in heaven, not on this earth."
With another precept, I just thought about the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. That's the whole point right there, man. We are here to serve the Lord. How about me? I was shot, and nothing else.
Because we're looking for the kingdom. We're looking to be in the kingdom. We're not looking to be in this world.
Right.
This world is filthy. That's why He said, "Arise and depart." So
It's not your rest.
It's not our rest, man. It is polluted. We're looking for a clean, righteous, harmonious kingdom, which comes with Yahweh Shah. So we're looking past this place. That's why we're not conforming. We're conforming to the kingdom that's to come. We getting ready for what's to come. We're in preparation. That's why this book is really this to prepare you for what's to come. Preserve you, feed you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, give you the directions, the government. That's the government right here. I said we know the new rules in the kingdom. So we getting ready for that. We're not going to perish with this place. This place about to go.
It's just all temporal,
Exactly.
And it shouldn't be hard for you to see that, man. Like all of the ways of this world it only lead to death, man. You got the drugs, the ABC, that alphabet agenda, that don't bring forth life. Yeah, just think about the ways of Yahweh outside that bring forth life. The ways of this world that bring forth death. Abortion, all of that.
Broken homes.
Right.
Gas line underneath the house.
All of that. GMO food, all of that, man.
Nothing but that, man. Hey, it's a blessing just to be able to survive each day. But man,
and that lets you know through all of this filthiness, Yahweh outside is preserving His elect right there, man. Through all of this filthiness. But if you really think about it, with all of the filthiness going on in this world, I mean, we shouldn't even be alive today, man.
There's more ways to die now than in the ancient world. That's what Esau did. He invented more ways of death.
Exactly.
God, it's better than you can't put it no plainer than that. So, that being said, hope it's been edifying. We give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadai, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala. Hey, keep the faith. Yasharala, Shalom to all the Akim and Aqua on the comment board.
Shalom.
That was fine. Yeah, it was. That right there, Adam, man. But I don't know if I was at home listening to that.